Good morning. It is Saturday morning, and haven't talked to you in a while. I went to a funeral 2 weekends ago, and for years I always said I don't want to be buried. I think I want to be cremated. There's not enough room on the planet for the living, let alone all these dead people. And now they're running out of land. Like they're putting people in vertically and on top of each other, and people pay for this. It's a racket. Like people pay for something called perpetual care, which is like you plunk down 5 or 10,000, and they supposedly take care of your graveside forever. I mean, how do you monetize forever? And who's really going to come check in about 50 years? Nobody. Let alone the people that do the mausoleum where you're like in the wall, like a little safety deposit box. Like I don't get the whole thing. You're not King Tut. You're my Aunt Bernice. What are you doing? I remember a couple of years ago, I don't know if this is like a Jewish thing or not, but in our family, the parents, like, they buy plots and enough so like the family can be together. And then as people like divorce and get a new husband or have more children or whatever, they like play mahjong and they trade plots. And I'll give me 1,500, you could have my plot and be over here and be over there. And I get a call. All the kids, we get a call from my mom a couple of years ago, and she's like, hey, I bought a bunch of plots, so if you kids want them, here's how much they are. And I go, Mom, I really don't know that I want to be buried. And she goes, you just can't do this one thing for me? Like I'm taking out the trash. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, oh, you're traveling around the world. You're not next to me in life. At least you'll be next to me in death. And I'm like, you're not even in that box. Really? She's like, can't you just lie to me? I'll be dead before you. I'm like, when will that be happening? Thursday? Because this whole conversation is annoying. But there's, like I said, there's really not enough room on the planet. And I just burn me, roll me, and smoke me. That is what I'm saying. Or I said, just put me in a little can. I know people want to have a place to go, to like see people, right? To talk to them. I believe you're everywhere, but I'm like, just put me in a can and glue me to my sister's stone. And my sister's like, what makes you think I'm going to go before you? Anyway, so I went to a funeral 2 weekends ago, and if I was ever unsure about my position, now I'm very sure. First of all, you know how sometimes one time I went to a funeral where it was an open casket, and I went to go pay my respects, and like half of the lid was open with the person like that, and the bottom half had the flowers on it, and the sister of the person who had died is like talking to me and my friends as she's like picking lint off the dead guy. And then because of the flowers, there was like a little fruit fly that was flying around, and it landed on his hand. And she goes, oh, well, we really appreciate that you came. I know he really should have. And slapped the corpse. I turned around and sat right. I didn't even say goodbye. I go, and I sat down. Yeah, weird. And then, so I go to this funeral 2 weeks ago, and I've been to others in the cemetery where the last couple of times it's like right by the highway where their hole is, and whatever it's called, the hole. And it's not that great. The rabbi or the priest are like, oh, she was a lovely mother of two. And then you hear, right by the highway. Not nice. And then it's a new thing where you have to sit there and watch them kind of crank the thing into the ground. It used to be you just go and pay your respects and leave. And now they like give a nod, and two guys with like tattoos on their faces that like work at the cemetery just come over with like old Eagles sweatshirts to kind of no. Put your thoughts in the comments.